Think about this for a second. Our entire financial world, every single transaction, every investment, all of it, is protected by these invisible digital locks. But what if a single key was being built that could open every single one of them? From your own personal bank account all the way up to the massive global markets, everything depends on powerful encryption. These are basically the digital vaults that keep our information safe and private. We trust them completely, every single day, without even thinking about it. And that brings us to the central question we're tackling today. Because that master key, well, it isn't science fiction. It is a very real possibility, and it's being powered by a totally new revolutionary kind of computing. Yeah, that master key is the quantum computer. Now, the coming age of quantum computing promises some incredible, world-changing breakthroughs. But it also brings us massive, almost existential threat to the security standards we all rely on. Let me be super clear about this. The encryption that protects our entire financial system today will be completely breakable by a powerful quantum computer. The digital locks we rely on, they won't just be picked. They'll essentially shatter. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds distant, right? Like a problem for some far-off future. But here's the twist. The danger isn't just on the horizon. The threat is already here, and it operates on a very, very sneaky timeline. It's a strategy that has a pretty chilling name: harvest now, decrypt later. It means bad actors are stealing and stockpiling huge amounts of encrypted data right now. They can't read it yet, of course, but they're betting that in a few years, they'll have that quantum key to unlock the whole treasure chest. And what that means is, for any information that has a long shelf life, we're talking government secrets, corporate R&D, even your personal financial history, the countdown has already begun. The data being stolen today is a ticking time bomb. This brings us to a really critical timing problem. We are in what experts call the threat window today. But the fix, actually migrating to new security, is going to take years. This mismatch creates a really dangerous remediation gap, a period of extreme vulnerability that, frankly, we're living in right now. So, what's being done about it? Well, thankfully, the world isn't just sitting still. There's a huge global effort underway to forge a whole new generation of digital locks that are immune to that quantum master key. This new defense is called post-quantum cryptography, or PQC for short. It's basically a whole new class of encryption that's being designed from the ground up to be secure against both the computers we have today and the quantum computers of tomorrow. And listen, this isn't just some academic exercise. Major institutions are already making moves. In the US, you've got NIST finalizing the first official PQC standards this year. The European Union has new directives pushing firms to get a handle on this. And the financial sector itself, through FSASAC, is coordinating a global game plan. The race is definitely on. But, and this is a huge but, implementing this new security isn't as simple as clicking update on your computer. It's a challenge on a completely different scale, which leads to a core message from the experts in this field. This is a business transformation, not a technical patch. So why is that? It's because encryption isn't just in one place. It's woven into the very fabric of every modern company. Changing it means you have to change the organization itself. This task is just monumental. It really boils down to three huge challenges. First, something called cryptographic sprawl. Encryption is literally everywhere. Second, there's a big skills gap. We just don't have enough people who understand this new stuff. And third, legacy systems. All that old tech that's still running but simply can't be upgraded. To really get your head around that sprawl problem, imagine this. You're told you have to replace every single lock in an entire city. Every door, every window, every car, every safe. But you don't even have a complete map of the city. That is the scale of the challenge for a big company. So the real strategic goal here isn't just to make one big change and be done with it. It's to build something called crypto agility. That's the ability to swap out your security standards quickly and easily down the road, so we're never caught flat-footed by a new threat again. So how do we actually build a bridge to that secure future? Well, the most practical solution on the table is a hybrid approach. For a while, systems will actually run both the old encryption and the new PQC algorithms at the same time. It's kind of like a safety net. It keeps you secure today while you carefully make the move to being secure tomorrow. Okay, all of this brings us to the final and maybe most crucial point. This has stopped being just a tech issue. This is a strategic race for survival, for resilience,
and it requires a totally new way of thinking at the very top of every organization.
Yeah, getting ready for the quantum era has to be a boardroom conversation. We're talking about governance, risk management, and the long-term survival of the business. It needs leadership, it needs a budget, and it needs a strategic vision, starting like yesterday.
So what does being ready actually look like? Well, it starts with setting up a governance framework. Then, companies have to do a complete inventory of all their cryptography, finding every single one of those hidden locks. From there, they build a roadmap, run some pilot tests, and, this is key, work together with their entire industry.
And why act right now? Because the upsides are huge. The companies that move early are going to stay ahead of regulators, they're going to protect their most valuable data from those harvest now, decrypt later attacks, and they'll avoid the sheer panic and insane cost of a last-minute scramble.
Look, the quantum age is coming. That's not an if, it's a when. It promises to revolutionize medicine, materials, you name it. But it also forces us to completely rebuild the foundations of our digital security. The transition is absolutely inevitable. The only question left is, will we be ready when it gets here?